everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Hermanas Unfiltered, a podcast where we talk about the real, the raw, and relatable moments in life. My name is Isela.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Casey. I hope you're having a wonderful last day of January.
Woo woo! Thank the Lord, it's over.
I know we survived. We survived the longest month of the year, let me tell
It's
you.
awful. Why does it feel like it's 150 days long?
I don't know. It's insane. It's insane. I feel like we've gone through so much this month alone.
In
And
31 days?
I know in 31 days, I guess so much happens. You know what I mean? It's like the end of like Christmas break, the beginning of the new year. And then you have like this year we had the whole inauguration. Plus, it's cold as heck and nobody wants to go to work.
I know. I feel like, is it just for educators? Anybody out there listening that is not an educator, please tell us if it just feels long as hell for educators or if it's for everybody in general that feels like January is 150 days long.
I
Because
know.
God Almighty, that was awful. Every
Mm-hmm.
time I woke up, I was like, oh, hey, we're still in January. Just when I thought it was the end. No, we still got another week left over.
Yeah,
It's awful.
it is. It's crazy. It's insane. But I guess as educators, like we should know better. We know January and February are like the most excruciating months. And May. Oh my gosh. And May. Let's not forget May. Because
Yeah,
we're like
everybody.
anticipating that summer
Mm-hmm.
break.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've been doing it for so long that we should know already,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't. We forget every summer.
I know, right?
Every summer we forget what it's like.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, Casey, but other than January being super long, what else is happening with you? What's
Oh my
new?
gosh, what is new? You know what? Basketball season.
It's over.
Hallelujah. It's like, so it's almost, so it is and it isn't. Like for my older kids, it's about to be over. For my
Mhm.
middle child, it just started, but that's only on the weekend. So that's not too bad.
Oh, okay.
Um, Not bad at all. So that's nice. Track is slowly approaching. All right.
Mm.
So I have been blessed by the fact that my children do sports back to back all year long.
Yay.
Yay! So excited. So, and literally it rolls in from one thing to the other thing to the other thing. So, yeah, so there's always something going on in our household, especially when it comes to sports. What about you?
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Same. I mean, my daughter does soccer year round.
Mm-hmm.
She's been doing it for years. And then since my son is in middle school now or junior high now, he played football, but he did
Mm-hmm.
not play basketball. So he is getting ready to start track.
Ooh.
And track is kind of short. It's really not that long of
Mm-hmm.
a
It's about
season.
a month. Mm-hmm.
But it is so tiring because they're out there so late. The track
Yeah.
meets run so long, so they're out late. So I'm about to lose my husband again because he didn't coach basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But he did go help at the games. He did the clock and all that. So he wasn't gone every single day after school,
Mm-hmm.
but he was gone at least once or twice a week. Sometimes on the weekend
Wow.
when they had tournament. But track season's upon us. He's about to be gone a whole lot again for that.
Aw.
Yeah, it
That's
is what
rough.
it is.
That's that's being a coach's wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough.
You would think you get used to it. He's been doing it for 13 years now, but
Mm-hmm.
you never get used to it,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
with
I bet.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, let's hope it's fun. My son is running long distance, so I'm
So
excited for that.
excited, dude.
Mhm.
He
He's
has
he's
those long
good.
legs, so I'm
Yeah.
sure he's gonna do great.
He's got a I was just talking to my husband about it today. He said they ran today at school and he did fairly well. He did
Nice.
quite a bit, and when he was done,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "I'm not tired yet." So
Oh, I love that.
let's hope he does well. He doesn't know what to expect, so he's kind of like on the fence about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure once he gets out there and starts competing, he'll get the hang of it.
Yeah. It just takes that 1 year, you know what I mean? To like really learn and like figure out like what the expectations are,
Hmm.
what the meets are like, all that good stuff. And then once they do it once, they're like little pros.
Yeah, I hope he
Hmm.
likes it. I really hope he does.
I hope so too. We'll be rooting for him. You're gonna have to like keep us up,
Yeah,
post
for
it
sure.
on other episodes so that we know what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are we going to talk about today?
Okay, so we have follow-ups from our previous episode. The first thing that I'm ready to talk about is
Mhm.
touching back on the whole Justin and Blake drama.
Oh man,
So there's been a lot of updates since we last talked about it. Candace Owens, I freaking love her.
she's
She has been
amazing.
digging and digging and digging. She came out with this whole timeline about it. I don't know if you saw the videos.
Mhm.
Um, she is speculating on what might have brought the whole her filing against them or whatnot.
Mhm.
So, according to Candace Owens, Ryan Reynolds must have seen something that he didn't like. And according to her, she has really close sources that are saying that he is the one behind all of this. Like, he's pretty much pushing Blake
Mm.
to do all this, if that makes any sense. Because again, speculation by
Mhm.
Candace Owens that he saw something that he didn't like. So he got jealous, and that's why he came to set a lot after. Because we talked about how after the strike,
Yeah.
that's when things kind of shifted, and that's when
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds started showing up to the set and interfering with the script and changing scenes here and there.
Yeah.
So the speculation is that he saw something that he didn't like, so then he started coming to the set and asking for the dailies. Have you seen that? What the dailies
I
are?
did. Yes. So
Okay.
it's like what goes on during the day. It's like all the footage, right?
Hmm. Like uncut footage of
Mhm.
whatever's happening on set. So anyway, asked for all the dailies, and who knows? Who knows what he saw? What do you think?
I mean, this does explain like some of the drama. This explains
Mm-hmm.
him being in the basement, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, cuz that was petty as heck. To send
Mm-hmm.
him and his friends to the basement to go chill out at the premiere, at the movie premiere, that was petty. That was Ryan saying, "You're not going to get next to my girl." Like, I'm
Yeah.
sending your butt, like, because it sends such a strong statement. So that kind of like,
Yes.
that makes sense because that's like what a jealous husband would do.
And you know the shitty thing about it is the fact that he just took it.
I know.
It's
Because
so
he seems like
freaking
such a
sad.
nice guy.
He took it, he was willing to let it go, he went down to the basement with
Mhm.
his family, was still proud of what he did.
Yeah, yeah.
It broke my heart to see the photos of him in the
But
basement.
was it that he took it or was it that he felt guilty for something?
Ugh.
You know what I mean? What if
Yes.
something happened? What if, and I'm not saying that it did, okay? But like for him to take it and not say anything and not make a big stink and not a big fuss, maybe there was a little bit of flirting going on. And maybe a part of him was like, eesh, yeah, I don't want to be around them anyways. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. I mean, so we've all seen the scene where they're recording and it's
Mm
supposed to
hmm.
be like music in the background. In the
Mm
actual
hmm.
movie you see music and they're talking but you don't know what they're saying.
Mm
But
hmm.
you hear the dialogue, what they're
Yeah.
saying. I don't know. I feel like he had every chance he got, he talked about his wife and inserted her husband into the
Mm hmm.
conversation.
During that scene?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cuz he said cuz she was talking about maybe we should talk and then people are not going to know, they'll never know what we're talking about. So they're always going to wonder. And he kind of went along with it and he kind of mentioned, he said, "You probably do this with Ryan all the time." And she's like, "Shut up. We don't." You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then he's like, "Yeah, I do this with my wife all the time. I just stare at her for like a long time and she thinks that
But
it's
it's
weird."
on film though.
Yes,
But it's
it's
on
yeah.
film. So if you're on film, let's say, okay, let's say he had a minor fling, right? I mean, he had a lapse of judgment.
Mhm.
When you're on camera, you can be like, heck, like this is evidence, right? So you're gonna play it off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
Maybe.
or maybe it was her that was pursuing him, and he was like, "No, no, like I don't want a part of this," and she was just like, "But he's so cute," you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could
So
be that way too.
you see in that particular scene that I'm talking about, you see him, his face, they look like they're in love because they're
Mhm.
acting.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he yells cut, his
Yeah.
face completely drops and he walks away from her, and
Mhm.
he's not looking at her the same way that he was while they were filming this scene.
He's like, and character done.
He turns it off,
Yeah.
yes. So, I don't know, it's just so difficult for me to believe her
Yeah.
because of all the evidence that he has brought out. And I also heard this morning that they are
Mhm.
pushing to get the case dismissed. Blake and
Yeah.
Ryan are
I
pushing
did
to
see
get
that.
the case dismissed.
Mhm.
So,
They're
I don't know.
backpedaling.
I saw a lot of comments saying if it gets dismissed, somebody got bought by Ryan and
Mm.
Blake
Mm.
because there's damning evidence against them and this case should go to trial. Which is a case, if the case go to trial, it won't be until 2026 next year. So we're gonna have
Wow.
to wait a whole year for this to develop or whatnot. So I saw another video today at lunch
Mhm.
of somebody comparing Blake's ex, the guy that was with her in
Mhm.
Gossip Girl,
Oh yeah.
side by side with Justin Baldoni. They look
Yeah.
exactly the same. You know
And
what I mean?
you know what? And maybe Blake wasn't able to turn it off like Jason Baldoni. You know what I mean? Or maybe she fell for it, or maybe she caught feelings, and maybe Ryan saw that she caught feelings, and that's how it all began. And maybe it was like super innocent. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
maybe he was like, "Hey, no, I got a wife." Like, "No." And maybe it was his character. You know what I mean? Like you said, like he was in character and then he would cut it, and maybe she just didn't know how to differentiate. Like, you know what I mean?
No, dude. So, and then there's this other thing. Have you heard the voice memo that he sent her, like at 2 o'clock in the morning?
No, I heard the one he sent the wife.
No, you need to go listen. He sent Blake some voice memo. I guess she was
Mm-hmm.
like throwing a titty fit about him not wanting to accept the rooftop scene that Ryan rewrote.
Okay.
So then I guess she threw a big old titty fit, told him like I've been through this before, like it hurt my feelings that I was ignored and this and that. So he sends her a voicemail
Mm-hmm.
apologizing for making her feel that way and for other people that had made her feel that way. And he goes like on this rant. He's really sweet. He sounds
Mm-hmm.
very apologetic, and then so apparently the night that they met to talk about the rooftop scene, Taylor was there allegedly. She showed up because I don't know if you have seen, they put out an article on the Daily Mail where Taylor is taking a step back from Blake because she doesn't want to be any part of the drama. So allegedly, that night that Justin Baldoni was invited over to Ryan and Blake's house to discuss the rooftop scene that Ryan rewrote, Taylor showed up. And that's what Justin is claiming, that he feels that he was pressured by Taylor and Ryan to accept the rooftop scene that was rewritten. So
But do
I
we
don't know.
know what those changes are? Like, what were the changes?
Nobody has said, but apparently that famous rooftop scene
Mm.
was
Because there was no kissing
right.
in the famous rooftop scene, was there?
Mm-mm,
Because
not
that's
the
when they
very
first
first
met,
one.
right?
Yeah, if we're talking
Yeah.
about when they first met, no. They're
No, I
I
mean it
think
was
they're
semi
about to.
flirty,
Yeah, it
right?
was
It was,
very flirty,
yeah, it was
but that's
semi
how it's
flirty.
written on the book.
Exactly. So I wonder what the changes were. I think that's important.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then why? What? And then so I'm assuming Taylor and Blake are best friends.
Yes. Super
Hmm.
best friends. They've been friends for like, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. So Taylor has a few songs where she uses their kids' names on the songs.
Oh
She is
wow.
the godmother to their kids.
So
Yeah, so
yeah,
they're like
they're
friends.
besties.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't just
But
let anybody baptize your children.
yeah, so now they're saying that what Candace Owens came out and said, like the whole Taylor situation, her being a part of it.
Yeah.
that because Candace Owens brought it up, then after that, that's when Taylor came out with that statement on the Daily Mail, or somebody came out with a statement saying that Taylor was taking a step back from the situation because she doesn't want to get involved with it. So
Well, that makes sense. That
I
makes
don't
complete sense.
know. I guess we'll see in 2 weeks
Yeah.
when Taylor's at the Super Bowl because she brought Blake to the last Super Bowl.
She did. I remember that.
Yeah, remember she
Mm-hmm.
had all those bangles on and she looks super
Mm-hmm.
cute. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
see
Mm-hmm.
if she brings her to this Super Bowl.
I have a feeling she's not going to make an appearance. I think she's made her stance already, right? She's made her stance.
Yeah,
Taylor's made it very clear that Blake will not be there at Super Bowl. I
we'll
feel like.
see. We'll see, dude.
Mm. Speaking of Super Bowl, what
Yes.
do we have going on for Super Bowl? Okay, we have the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Mhm.
What are our predictions? Who do you think's going to win?
I hope not the Eagles.
Yeah. But so somebody said it was going to be a boring game. I think it's going to be good because the Eagles are kind of they play dirty, right?
Well, it's I don't know if you remember like 2 years ago they went against each other, Eagles and Chiefs, and the
Yeah.
Chiefs won.
Mhm.
I think it was 2 years ago. Or was it last year?
I don't know.
I think it might
Mm.
have been 2 years ago.
Mhm. It was 2 years ago.
And then the Chiefs won, so it's like their rematch or whatever.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know. I just don't like the Eagles. I hope they lose.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I don't know that I'm going for anybody in particular, but I guess if somebody's got to win.
Do you have a team or do you just follow your husband like a true Texan?
Okay, so let me rewind it back. So when I first started watching football, my dad was a devout, diehard Cowboys fan. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is back in the day when Emmett Smith, was with the Cowboys and you had that big rivalry between Cowboys and 49ers. So that's like my upbringing. Um
Mhm.
so I grew up watching the Cowboys on weekends during football season. Like that was our thing. Because we had like this big TV in our living room and that's where most of like the action happened. Like everybody hung out in the living room and we watched TV, novelas, all that thing stuff.
Mhm.
So I initially grew up as a Cowboy fan. And then I had my first boyfriend, right? My first legit boyfriend, and he was also a Cowboy fan. So then I'm like, well, that's an easy transition. Like I can totally do that. And then I met my husband, and by then, like, I wasn't really watching football. You know what I mean? Like, because
Mhm.
I grew up watching football in my younger years, in my early 20s and whatnot. And then once I met him, like, I really wasn't into football as much. Like, I had no idea who the running backs were, who the players were, no clue. And then I meet my husband, and he's like, loves the Cowboys, right? Super Cowboy fan. And I guess I could have transitioned and just been like, woohoo, go Cowboys. But
Mhm.
I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn. But I think I will always root for the Cowboys. And not just because of my husband, but because of my dad. You know what I mean? Because that's
Yeah.
what I grew up with. And, at some point they were really, really good. And
Back
now
in the
they just.
90s.
And now they just now they just make you mad. Now they just like make you like lose your crap all the time.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna root for somebody, it's gonna be a Texas team. So might as well be the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same. I mean, I didn't really grow up watching football. Football's not a thing in Mexico. Soccer was a thing. We watched a lot of
Mm,
soccer.
yeah.
I don't think I really started like watching football until I met my husband
Mm-hmm.
cuz he's the same way. He's a big Cowboy fan. Like
Yeah.
he used to be that fan that if they lost, he would get pissed and then he was in a bad mood all day Sunday. He's
Yeah.
gotten away from that, thank God. Um
Good.
but yeah, he was. So and I really didn't watch it much even though he liked it. I
Mm-hmm.
really really started getting into it when I started playing fantasy football. That's when I
Yeah.
really like started getting to know the
Mm.
players and like, now I go watch the drafts with the draft with them every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of like got me there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like you, if I'm gonna root for somebody, it's gonna be the Cowboys,
Yeah.
even though I know they suck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
expect them to go to the Super Bowl every single year like the diehard Cowboy fans.
Mm-hmm.
But if they win, great. If they
Yeah.
lose, we know they suck, so it's
Yeah,
okay. We're just really mad at them this year. Like,
I
I
know.
feel like all the fans I know here at our house, we're really mad at them.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm pretty sure every single Cowboy fan out there is pissed off at them too. I don't know what's happening with them. I'm just tired of being disappointed over and over again.
I mean, I think there's a lot of tweaks that can be done. I think there's just I don't know, there's so many things. There's a defense, there's like just little things that can be tweaked and can be changed that haven't been done. And I think they've passed on good players and they've made poor choices. Honestly, I think it's been poor choice after poor choice after poor choice, but whatever. But you know what? I do want to say that I do remember my first Cowboy game. Like I remember going to my first Cowboy game and this was like before the new stadium.
Yes, me too. Okay, tell me
Right?
yours and I'll tell you mine.
Oh,
You
I
go first.
had like it was so much fun. Like it was my first football game and I thought it was like one of the most amazing things. Like I had never like I had seen it on TV. Like I'm telling you, my dad was a super fan, so we watched it all the time and it was so stinking cool. And then the Cowboy Ritas. Did you have a Cowboy Rita when you were there?
No, I don't
Okay.
know. I
So
don't
they're
even.
like ginormous, right?
I've seen them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I had such a good time, dude. I had such a good time watching the game. It was against the 49ers. So it was definitely a memorable game. And I remember like, man, like I loved it. I thought the Cowboy cheerleaders were like freaking amazing. We had really great seats. It was so much fun. Like, I don't know. How was your
That's awesome.
experience?
Okay,
Mhm.
so me, I won tickets on the radio
Shut up.
to go watch. Oh, it was a preseason game, mind
Mhm.
you. Like it wasn't anything big. It was a preseason game. I won 4 tickets on the radio for a preseason game at the old stadium. I think it was the year before they knocked it down. So I got to see the old stadium. So anyway, I was like 18, 19, maybe 20. I wasn't old enough to drink yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
So anyway, I ended up taking a girl that was my best friend at the time.
Mhm.
I had never ever been outside of the city where I live.
Yeah.
I had but with my parents. I this
But
time I
never
had
by
to.
yourself with a friend.
Yeah, so this time I had to drive myself and a friend.
How cool.
So we went, we printed directions on MapQuest. Do you remember MapQuest? You print out
Yes.
the whole sheet and it tells you like step
Yes.
by step on where to go.
Yes.
Okay, so
Love that.
that's how we got there with printed directions for MapQuest because iPhones were not a thing back then.
Yeah.
So we were so broke, so young and broke that we only had the free tickets to get in.
Mhm.
Um, we had enough money for gas,
Mhm.
enough money to get a room, and now that I think about it, I'm like, this is hilarious. We had enough money because you know how everything is so expensive at the stadium.
Yes. Yes.
We had enough money to buy 2 bottles of water for the whole game, and that's all we did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so cute though. But that's,
I
you know,
know.
those are the memories.
Yeah, and then till this day, I still give my husband shit for it because we had barely started dating, and
Mhm.
I invited him to go with me, and he did not want to go with me.
Are you serious?
Yes, he refused to
Mm.
go with me because he had something else going on, a family event, whatever. I
Boring.
know. And he's like, "What's a preseason game?" And at the time, I didn't know much about football, so I was
Mhm.
like, "It's still a game. Like it's
Yeah.
fun."
Yeah.
So he's like, "No, it's a preseason game. It doesn't count, whatever."
I'm
So
like, it's free tickets. Who cares?
yes, it was 4 free
Mhm.
tickets. So we ended up not using 2 tickets because we couldn't find anybody else to go with us. So
Wow. You should
yeah,
have
so
gave them away there or something.
I think we tried at the gate,
Yeah.
but I
Nobody
don't
wanted.
we didn't want strangers sitting next to us. So,
That's true. There
but
is
yeah,
that.
anyway, so to my friend Diana, if you're listening to this, I haven't seen her in years. Years I haven't seen her, but if you still remember this story, shoot me a text, a message because till this day I still
Oh,
remember like I think about it, I'm like, how freaking sad is it that we only had enough money to buy
2 bottles of
2
water.
bottles of water, like,
I
we
love
didn't get
that.
to buy anything else, no food, no nothing, because we were so broke that but we still made it, you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
made it an
Yeah.
adventure, we went and had fun, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, for sure.
it was fun, I've always been like I want a lot of things on the radio. I used to
Girl,
call in the radio all the time. Like, one time I won $1,000 on the
what
radio.
the heck?
Yeah, tickets for all kinds of concerts,
Well, girl, you need to
comedy
start
shows.
listening. You need to
They
start
don't do
listening
that
again.
anymore. I don't know. I don't listen to the local radio stations. We went to that it's this big old rock concert in Oklahoma every year. It's called Rocklahoma. I went
Mm-hmm.
one year with my cousin and I got the tickets for free. Like, somebody was giving them away on the trading post and I was like, "Hey, I'll take them." And it's like a 3-day concert and it's a whole bunch of rocks bands. Like, we got to see Corn, a whole bunch of bands. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I called my cousin. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You want to go to this thing?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." So we got a hotel, went to freaking Pryor, Oklahoma, in the middle of nowhere, because this concert venue is like in the middle of a cornfield, literally.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
And yeah, it was pretty fun. We got lots of tornado warnings. We were
Oh
freaking out
my.
about it. Yeah, but it was pretty fun. So yeah, I've always been like, I guess, lucky when it comes to winning stuff on the radio.
Oh my gosh. Well, you need to start listening so we can go to some cool concerts and then
I
talk about them
know.
over here.
If they give away, I don't think they do that anymore. I haven't listened to a radio station in ages.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they do. We just don't listen to them anymore.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't.
Life
So,
life is slowly evolving and
I
changing.
know. So, anyway, yeah, that was my first Cowboys experience or football game. And then, we've gone to a few games ever since to the new stadium, which is freaking amazing. I wish the team was just as amazing as the stadium is.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you ever done a tour?
No,
A
we never
stadium tour?
have.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
gosh.
You
I've
have?
done what? Yes, it's
Yeah,
so cool. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I mean, you get to go into the locker room and, you get to walk on the field. It's really
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
we've
neat.
never done one.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you have to pay for them or not, but it was fun. I had a great time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the future. I refuse
Right?
to
Maybe
give
we'll do it.
Yeah, no, I refuse to give them my money though until I know they're like solid for a good 2 years.
Right?
I'm
That's
just so mad,
funny.
dude. I'm so mad at
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. What are you going to do? Right? It is what it
Yeah.
is. Hopefully next year
So
will be better, but I have a feeling that
you sounded
there
like a
are
true cowboy fan right there. There's always next year.
there's always next year. Girl, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I used to be a diehard back in the day. Back in the day I was a total diehard.
Yeah.
Not so
We'll
much
see how
anymore.
this Super Bowl. Hey, speaking of Super Bowl, who was performing at the halftime? Do you know?
It's a boy.
Mm.
It's a guy. He sang a song with Taylor Swift. That's why people are speculating that Taylor Swift may make a special appearance, but people are like, no, she's not going to. Oh, what's his name?
Alexa, who's performing at the Super Bowl this year? Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I know much of his music. He's good. I just
Yeah.
don't know, like, pinpoint his songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I'm not cool enough to know.
Yeah, we're too fucking old for that.
I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm showing my true age, y'all. I'm showing my true age. But I don't know. I think hopefully, it'll be a decent Super Bowl halftime show. I'm definitely going to tune in for the halftime show. Definitely going to tune in to see if Taylor Swift shows up and what she shows up wearing
Who she's
and
with?
who she's with, who her posse is. Yeah, definitely going to show up for that. The commercials, I don't think there's been great commercials. Like, I don't
In a
even think
while.
yeah, I don't even think people care for commercials. Like this generation could
We
care
do.
less. You think so?
We do.
We do, but like our kids don't.
Yeah. Our kids don't even care for the halftime show. I
Mm-mm.
remember,
No.
what was it, 2, 3 years ago when Eminem, 50 Cent, all of them came out.
Yeah.
And my husband and I were all like, hell yeah, this is the best halftime ever. And our kids are looking at us like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Who are these old people on there?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. But it's so
Yeah.
true. Like these kids are just so different. You know what I mean? And like the things they like aren't necessarily what we like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
crazy.
maybe.
Yeah, they're into like weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Anyway,
sure. Yeah.
what else?
What else we got going on? Hey, so there for a little bit. What do you think about Karin Leon and that compa song? Like, did he really put that song out for clout or for attention? Or was he just being kind of funny with the words? Or did he not make a correlation with the words and how it sounded?
Okay, so Haven't heard the song.
No,
No, I
it's
don't really listen to. I mean,
it's
I know who he
questionable.
is. I know who he is.
So it talks. Okay, so the song goes something like me and my compa, like, okay, I'm paraphrasing, okay, so I'm not quoting it directly, but like me and my compa are gonna hang out tonight. We're gonna stay out all night long and we're gonna hang out. And then at some, like, we're gonna wake up in the morning and we won't have any clothes on.
What?
Something like that. Like, I'm paraphrasing, of course, right? So doesn't necessarily mean anything. Maybe they just had a wild night. I don't know. But like it's indirectly directly saying, right? I don't know. And I
Okay,
mean, are you gonna read
okay, so
it?
I just pulled up the lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay, so it start off with ¿Qué onda, bebé? ¿Qué andas haciendo? What's up, baby? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Estabas en línea y para qué te miento? You were online and why would I lie to you? He estado pensando desde hace un buen tiempo que ya no te veo. I've been thinking for a while that I haven't seen you.
Mm-hmm.
Los buenos amigos siempre se apoyan en malos momentos. Good friends always support each other in bad times. And then the compas, which means, what is the compas in English? What would you compare it to? Like buds?
Yeah. Like besties.
Yeah.
Like officially a compadre is somebody who baptizes your child, right? Like a godparent.
Te invito
Mm-hmm.
a quedarte conmigo esta noche después de unas copas y en el paraíso andemos perdidos los dos en pelotas.
I told you. I mean, but okay, but could it
And
be
then
like playing
it
pool?
no, because it says y en la mañana cuando despertemos no hallemos la ropa. And then in the morning when we wake up we won't find our clothes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna confess to you, I wanna kiss you in the mouth.
Like he recorded that song
Y aunque
knowing.
los amigos deban respetarse, también se me antoja. And even though friends are supposed to respect each other, I crave you. Okay, yeah, this does sound kind of
Right? I'm telling
yeah.
you. That's like
So
you don't just go and like re
I
un,
wonder, I wonder if he record this like dedicating it to a girlfriend. Like, what if he's
and
got a really
calling
good and
and
calling
call,
her a
but why would he
compa?
call her a compa unless there's an inside joke here, right?
Okay, well, it wasn't written by him. He
Yeah,
just recorded it.
but he recorded it. Like
Yeah.
you choose your songs as an artist. Like you decide, hey, this is a good song. I'm gonna record it. Unless there's an inside joke somewhere, somehow that we don't know of that he calls this chick my compa, his side chick.
Yeah,
Unless
that's
it's
what I'm
his, you know what I
saying.
mean? Unless it's
Yeah.
like maybe it's a side chick and he calls her a compa because that's who he's saying he's gonna go hang out with,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
So that makes sense. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
I found out about this whole situation because he put out a video out there. When he put out the
Mm-hmm.
video, I didn't know anything about the song.
Yeah.
And in the video, he's talking about like the public has decided that
Mm-hmm.
I'm gay,
Yeah.
basically. And
Yeah.
he said, I don't know how to be gay. So
Mm-hmm.
if the public can please tell me how to do this because I don't know how to do this. I thought it was a joke. I
Yeah.
don't know if he put out the video because people started making up rumors because of the song. I
But
don't
what did
know.
he expect was gonna happen though?
I didn't know anything about it. I still haven't heard the song. I saw
Yeah.
the video, you know what I mean? That
Mm-hmm.
he put out and then later on a few days later you told me about the song. So
Yeah.
I kind of correlated the both, but I didn't know anything about it. So I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Feel like he is doing this maybe to gain followers, or maybe he's doing it to be controversial, or maybe there's this inside joke that's gonna come out later. I don't know.
Well, I don't think he's doing it for clout. He already has a ton of followers.
Yeah, but you know
A,
how some
a
people
lot
get
of people
greedy.
like him. So, I don't understand it. I guess we'll have to wait and see what comes out.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I feel like there could be like a hidden message, but like, why get mad? Why get mad at your public for interpreting a song that is hinting? It really is hinting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those words are like,
That you wanna
yeah. Like, what else would like? What else? What did? How did he think the public was going to react? Like, come on now. That's why
yeah.
I'm saying, like, I think he did it to stir up drama.
Yeah.
I really do.
Maybe. Maybe.
And then maybe
Yeah.
he's gonna come out later and be like, I got y'all, or
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah. He's definitely highly suggesting that he wants to bump uglies with his best friend.
All
I
right, Daddy Leon, you gotta tell us what's going on, dude. What's going on? And if you okay, if that's what you want, good for you. Do you, boo? Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, tell us what's going on. Like, I
yeah.
mean, if you have the pelotas to say something or to sing or to record a song like that, like, come on, man, don't leave us hanging. Tell us what's
Yeah.
going on. Like, I want to know.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know,
is
dude.
crazy.
It is crazy. Those of you that don't know who we're talking about, Karin Leon is this Mexican singer.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of music? Like regional,
I
regional?
guess. Yeah, regional, Spanish,
Yeah,
norteño,
I
I
don't know.
guess. I don't know what you would call it. Yeah.
He does that really good cover of Tennessee whiskey.
I
Have you heard
saw.
it?
Yes, I did. I heard it, and it's not bad. I do like his Spanish though.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
prefer his Spanish. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, dude, he has some great songs. I mean, he's like off the chart. I really enjoy his music. Like, but he is a little controversial right now. It's like, is he? Is he not? You know what I mean? What's
yeah.
going
I
on
mean,
here?
who cares if
I
he is or
agree.
he isn't? Like, you do you, boo. But
Yeah, I'll
I
still
just
go
don't
watch him.
Yeah, I don't understand why the reasoning behind
Yeah,
putting out that song. I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
we'll see. We'll
yeah.
find out.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let me tell you a story real quick.
Okay.
So I'm in the middle of class today
Mhm.
and I'm teaching or whatever, and we're going over a passage. We're going, okay, star prep is like here, right?
Mhm.
So we're going over a passage, we're going over main idea, we're going over questions, and then I see some kids show up and dude, they took my not student, they took my teacher of the month's banner. So for those of you who don't know, I got teacher of the month.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
Congrats.
did.
That's awesome.
It wasn't this month. I got it. I want to say September or October.
Mhm.
I got teacher of the month, which was really cool. It was really really nice. And they give you a banner, and then at the end of the month, they're supposed to take it. They're supposed to take it and they're give it to the next teacher.
Mhm.
Well, like we're in 2025 and I still have that banner. So I was like secretly hoping that they would never come for it, right? And today was the day that they took my teacher of the month banner away. And I was like, man, I was hoping you'd forget about it. They're like, no, no, we came to collect it. So,
Wait.
yeah,
So you won it back in September
I think it was September or October.
and they didn't have one in December?
Maybe they got busy. I don't know. Maybe it's been a busy November, December. Maybe it's been busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of, so yeah. Or maybe they have, and maybe they forgot to like get the banner. I don't know. But
That's
anyway,
awesome.
so I just saw my banner on social media right now with a new teacher
Hmm.
of the month, and I'm like,
You're
ah,
like,
my
"Damn it,
banner.
that's mine."
I know.
That's awesome. Who votes for teacher of the month at your school? The kids?
No, I would assume admin does.
Mm,
I don't even think because we have no input whatsoever. They just like show up at your door and they're like, "Hey, teacher of the month," and then they do teacher of the month and they do faculty of the month. So that
nice.
way, like if it's like at one point, like one of our custodians was faculty of the month. I think this month, I want to say one of the office ladies at the high school was or is faculty of the month, and then you have the teacher of the month. And
That's
then
awesome.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. And they choose like from all the campuses.
Okay.
Because we have our three campuses, and out of the three campuses, they'll choose a teacher and a faculty.
That's cool. I think our student council used to choose at my old school.
Really?
Yeah, but I think eventually everybody gets teacher of the month because they
Yeah.
choose like one from each department.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
So it was always like 5 or 6 different teachers getting teacher of the month.
Nice. Yeah. I guess because our district is so small, so they only do like one of each per the whole
Mm,
district.
yeah.
So makes it a little harder. But
That's cool.
yeah, they took my little banner away. I was so
No.
sad. I know.
I think Counselor Appreciation Week is coming up. So
Oh.
if you guys want to send me gifts,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
send them my way. Yeah, it's February 3rd through the 7th. So next week.
Ooh, you should do an Amazon wish list.
But yeah, no, but I don't need anything.
Well, like, do like silly stuff. I don't know.
Or you know what? I could use like fidgets and stuff for my office so the kids
There
can
you
play
go.
away when they
Like,
come upset.
mm-hmm. Or
Yeah, cuz I don't have
the little
those.
thingies.
Yeah, I don't have those. I had a student come in today and he was upset cuz the teacher made them sit down
Mm-hmm.
before leaving the classroom.
Mm.
Before the bell rang, he was like, "She wouldn't let us stand by the door." And I was like, "Yeah, they're supposed to do that. Like you're
Yeah.
not supposed to crowd the door."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Nobody's ever explained this to you. It's a safety thing." Right? This is what we
Yeah.
tell them, it's a safety thing.
Yeah.
It truly is though.
It
So,
really is. I mean,
yeah.
some kids will get pushed. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
let my kids line up at the door.
Yeah, I
Very
never did either.
rarely, unless like I need to book it like really quickly,
Yeah.
then I'll be like, okay, today only, gather your things, line up, and but I stand with them. Like I'm like right there, like making sure that no
That they're
nonsense is
not.
going on.
Yeah. No, I never did. It was very rare. I was always at the door and be like, "Sit down. Don't get up."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I
Yep.
would pull out the nobody's leaving until everybody's sitting down.
That's
So they'll be
awesome.
yelling at each other, "Sit down."
Holding each other accountable. Good
Yeah,
for
they would.
them.
Yeah, they would. So, yeah.
So funny. You know what? Today we finished class early, right? We finished
Mhm.
our passage and we finished our questions and I'm like, dude, what do I do? So I'm like, I got it. I'm like, spelling bee.
Oh,
Everybody
dang.
stand up. And I Googled real quick, like fifth grade spelling bee word list, right? I'm like, fifth
Yeah.
grade. Like my seventh grader should be able to do fifth grade. And I'm like, okay, everybody stand up. I'm like, you have the option to skip or you can play. But if you skip, you have to sit down, right? So some kids will like skip or whatever. And then, dude, they had such a fun time.
That's awesome
They
because it was
loved it.
improvised.
Oh man, because normally I do Simon Says,
Yeah.
but with this group, I can't do Simon Says. They're silly, they're crazy. That's gonna turn into like chaos.
Yeah.
So I won't do Simon Says with them. But I finally found something that worked. We're gonna do like five
Spelling
minutes of
bees.
spelling bee towards
That's
the end.
awesome.
Who's the best speller? Let's find out. Go study your words.
Hey, it helps them though. They're
Mm-hmm.
learning something.
That's what I tell them. I'm
Oh,
like, spelling's so important.
yeah. Hey, before we go and before I forget, I want to talk about a book that I just read this past week.
Oh,
It was so
yes.
freaking good, dude. Okay, so it's called The Wedding People.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there everywhere. It is so freaking good. I read it in like, I don't know, 3 days, maybe four. I don't remember. But I stayed up until like almost midnight one day reading. And it was a school night too, but I couldn't put it down. I needed to finish it. I needed to know what the end was. And yeah,
Wow.
it was really good. The city over to us is doing there's this place and they're doing a book club. It's like a bar slash
Mm-hmm.
restaurant. And they
Mm-hmm.
decided to create a book club. And they put it out there and invited everybody and said, "This is what we're reading. Come on this date and we'll talk about it
Mm-hmm.
at the bar," which is fun.
Nice.
So, anyway, the book club that I am in, the ladies decided, "Hey, let's give it a shot. Let's try it out." So, we all bought the
Mm-hmm.
book. We read it. Everybody read it in like two to
Loved
three
it.
days. Yes, everybody
That's
has
awesome.
loved it. It was such a good book. I haven't read a book that is so well written and the story just flows and it keeps you
Mm-hmm.
entertained in a while. So,
Yeah.
The Wedding People, everybody, if you haven't read it, it's very popular right now, I guess. It's everywhere. Go read it
Nice.
if you have not, because it is really good. I really, really liked it.
I'm gonna have to go check it out. Maybe
Yeah,
that'll be my new read. Maybe that'll like get me reading again.
maybe that'll trap you back in. Yeah, I have it if
Mm-hmm.
you want to borrow it. I bought it.
Okay. Yeah, and I have another book I gotta return to you too. I gotta check in my other book
Yeah,
so
and
I
we'll
could
do an
check that one out.
exchange. We'll do an exchange.
That's hilarious. You know what? Speaking of, so you know me and my shows. I love my shows.
Mhm.
I have some new shows that I've been watching. Okay, so let me see which ones I've been watching because dude, I forget. Okay, so I found a new one that I've been watching, and it's on Hulu. Like I said, like I've kind of gone through Netflix, so I'm a Hulu person right now. It is Only Murders in the Building.
That's such a
The-
good show.
Isn't it good?
Yes.
Where have I been? Where have I've been living under a rock? Like
Dude, it's
what the
been out for
heck?
a while. It's
I
so
know.
good.
I
Yeah.
know. I saw that and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Why not? And holy cow, like it's amazing. And there's
Mhm.
like so many seasons, so it's like I've just been watching it. That is
Yeah.
binge worthy. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
folks.
It's good.
Yeah. So go check it out. It's on Hulu. And then I have another one on Netflix. Let me find my Netflix account because, dude, I can't remember the names of these shows. Like, I'm just like binge watching. There's another one that I've been watching, and it's pretty good, and it has several seasons. And it's called Younger. And that one is on
Oh,
Netflix. Have you
yes.
seen it?
Yes.
It's so
It's
silly and
old.
cute.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, but it's so
know.
good.
Like
Yeah.
where I'm telling you, I don't know where the heck I've been.
I just love Hilary Duff though. I just love her.
Dude,
She's so freaking beautiful and
isn't she?
it reminds me of my Lizzie McGuire days. So
Mm-hmm.
I will watch
Mm-hmm.
anything that she's in basically. I
I
love her.
know. I
Yeah.
know.
She's
She's
so
so
beautiful.
cute. She
Yeah.
is. She wears like everything looks so good on her.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. So, and then there's another one that my husband and I started watching on
Netflix or Hulu?
it's on Hulu. It's a Hulu one. Yeah. We're watching on our Hulu too. And it's, oh, what is it called? Let me see what I didn't record. Oh, it's called Paradise. It's on Hulu. It's called Paradise. And it's super good. It's about this guy who becomes head of Secret Service for the president.
Mhm.
And there's like, it's like the end of the world, and they create this underground city. And then they
Hmm.
take all of these people into this underground city. And then the president, like, is murdered. And like, there's like, who's the bad guy? Who killed him? What's really going on? And they're like underground in Colorado somewhere in this like cave, like because the world has ended. Super
Okay.
cool.
I may
It's
have to watch
good.
that because it sounds something that my husband will like. Okay, so speaking of Netflix, I
Mm-hmm.
watched the other day the movie of the JD Vance story. Have you seen it?
No, what's that one about?
So he wrote a book, JD Vance, our VP, right?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
He
Okay,
wrote a
I know who you're
book
talking
and then they made a
about.
movie about it. It's called Hillbilly Elegy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I cried
Yeah.
so much.
Oh, I haven't seen
Yes.
it, but I need to.
You need to watch it. I want to read the book now because the movie was so good. It's just such a sad story. It truly is
I
such a sad
mean,
story.
I my husband has shared bits and pieces, and the
Mhm.
things that I have heard, yeah. That's why I think it was such a big deal that mom was there at inauguration day.
Well, I was watching clips about it on TikTok
Mhm.
when she was there, and you
Mhm.
could see her when he's swearing in or he's talking, I don't remember, but
Mhm.
she's crying and like there's somebody standing next to her and you can read her lips and she's saying, "That's my boy. That's my boy."
Oh.
Yeah, and it's such a sad story and it's such a good movie. So now I'm gonna have to go find the book so I can read it, so I can like know exactly
Yeah.
what his life
Yeah,
was.
cuz I'm sure there's way more in the book that
Yeah,
doesn't always, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a movie, not a documentary, right?
No, it's a movie, yeah. And
Okay.
it's got let me see who it is. Amy Adams plays his mom. So they did a great job. The
Yeah.
grandma, like,
Yeah.
it was such a good movie. So go watch it. It's really
That's so
good.
crazy.
Um,
I think we're all rooting for him. You know what I mean? I think we're all hoping that he does amazing so that in turn he could come back and run. You know what I mean?
mhm.
That would be great.
Yeah, it's just such a great story. Like
Yeah.
it truly proves that you can be somebody if you really put your mind to it,
Yeah.
you know. And
Hmm.
he had, I don't know, I don't know.
He had so
It's a
many
good story.
obstacles, and yet
Mhm.
he was able to become who he is
Yeah.
despite his obstacles. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. All right, hermanas, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of our crazy madness. We talked about Super Bowl, we talked about Blake Lively, Candace Owens, um, we talked about our reads, our
Hmm.
shows. Like, so much went into this episode. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it, and we can't wait to hear from you guys. If you are not following us on social media, please do so. Where can they find us, Isela?
All right, so we are pretty much everywhere. Instagram, just search for Hermanas Unfiltered Podcast. TikTok, same thing, Hermanas Unfiltered Podcast. YouTube, if you want to see us talking and telling our stories, also search for Hermanas Unfiltered Podcast. And if you want to communicate with us, you can send us an email at hermanasunfiltered@gmail.com.
Yes, we're so excited to hear from you guys. If you have any ideas on future episodes, which you would like to see here, please let us know. Guys, we're so grateful that you guys have been watching us and listening to us. Please follow us, like, and subscribe.
All right, thank you for listening, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.